Why does the Monkey King defy heaven while Spider-Man feels guilt? If someone asks you, who is a hero? The image that pops into your mind might be the son of Krypton in a red cape, or a Wuxia master championing justice. They all possess superhuman powers, but when we delve deeper, we find they follow to fundamentally different cosmic rules. Why does Spider-Man fall into endless moral guilt and pain after making a mistake? He fights crime on the streets of New York, yet he constantly lives under the heavy burden of self-judgment derived from the saying, "With great power comes great responsibility." Meanwhile, the Eastern hero, the Monkey King Sun Wukong, dares to completely rebel against the heavenly hierarchy, raising havoc in the celestial palace. His actions are driven by the pursuit of absolute freedom and the release of his true nature, without the burden of duty to society that Western heroes carry. This difference is the subject of today's exploration. The Western hero's mission is self-redemption under divine patronage, while the Eastern hero's essence is through guardianship forged through human tempering. The hero you worship reveals your civilization's deepest philosophical code. Do you anticipate a savior descending from the sky? Or do you believe in a martial artist born through rigorous training and mentorship? The narrative of the Western superhero is rooted in its profound mythological and religious traditions. Their power, more often than not, is not earned, it is granted. The source of power, innate gifts, and accidental arrivals. The power of Western heroes carries strong traits of divine origin or innate giftedness. Superman is the quintessential messianic archetype. He arrives from the doomed planet Krypton, bestowed with powers beyond Earthlings. His power is a birthright, a grace, and his very existence is a patronage over humanity. He does not become a hero through toil and effort, but because he is Superman, he must bear the responsibility. This hero model aligns perfectly with the biblical narrative of a savior sent to Earth. Even heroes with seemingly scientific origins, like Spider-Man, received their powers as an accident, a bite from a radioactive spider. The acquisition of this power is characterized by randomness and lack of effort, emphasizing the result, the ability over the process. The Western hero's moral framework is absolute justice, making them a solitary judge standing above secular law. Batman is the product of the Age of Enlightenment's rationalism. He arms himself with extreme intellect, wealth, and technology to combat what he perceives as chaos and disorder. His code is personal, strict, and uncompromising, such as his refusal to kill. He does not submit to government or the collective. He executes his own definition of justice. He frequently clashes with the police and the establishment, symbolizing the personal will's judgment over institutional norms. In contrast to the Western hero's solitary judgment, the Eastern definition is almost a mirror image. The Eastern hero's power is not a gift or an accident, but the product of cultivation and responsibility. First, consider the source of power. Eastern heroes rarely rely on mutations or alien tech. The core is cultivation. Heroes must undergo long apprenticeships and bitter practices. Sun Wukong's magic was learned through study. Wuxia masters accumulate energy through discipline. This emphasizes process. Power is not a privilege, but something earned through effort. This reinforces the virtue of diligence. Second, the moral framework. The code is collective responsibility. They are maintainers of order. Their mission is for the country and the people. Justice is derived from Confucian ethics, loyalty, filial piety, and righteousness. Figures like Fei-hung do not challenge the system but protect the community. His actions are grounded in group interests. Even the rebellious Monkey King eventually returns to the collective goal of the pilgrimage. The Eastern hero is embedded in a web of relationships. They are repairers of order, ensuring social stability. Unlike the isolated Batman, they are a banner for the community, the embodiment of collective virtue. When we place these two types of heroes in the same modern setting, what sharp conflicts arise from their philosophical divergences? The core contradiction of the Western hero is with great power comes great responsibility. Yet the boundary of accountability is blurred. Superman has absolute power, but who regulates him? Western society fears unchecked power, so heroes must prove legitimacy through self-restraint. The Eastern hero's duty is internal and ethical. It comes from a moral calling rather than law. A martial artist is constrained by the righteousness of the Jianghu. The conflict is, the Western hero doubts the system, while the Eastern hero doubts the human heart. Furthermore, consider the contrast between defect and perfection. Western heroes, despite their superpowers, are often defined by deep human flaws: Batman's trauma, the Hulk's uncontrollable rage, or Spider-Man's guilt. These flaws make them relatable, and their hero's journey is essentially a path of redemption, overcoming their own brokenness. In contrast, the Eastern hero emphasizes the perfection achieved through cultivation. A true master must be a symbol of moral completeness. Sun Wukong's rebellion is ultimately tamed by the golden headband and Buddhist teachings, fitting him into a grander, more perfect order. This reflects the Eastern pursuit of a perfect order versus the Western celebration of the individual struggle. Finally, what does this mean for today? In the face of global crises like climate change, pandemics, or information warfare, both models face challenges. The Western model offers efficient individual action and technological intervention. We need the spirit of Iron Man to solve problems with technology and the courage of Captain America to rally forces quickly. However, its weakness lies in the fact that global issues like climate change are not villains that a solitary hero can simply punch into submission. The Eastern model offers collective mobilization and ethical restraint. We need the spirit of the great Xia to make sacrifices for the greater good and to maintain humility towards nature and society. However, its weakness is that it can sometimes rely too heavily on traditional authority and moral appeal, lacking rapid, scientific tools of modern rationality. Perhaps the hero the future world needs is no longer the product of a single philosophy. We need the independent thinking and courage to challenge the injustice found in the Western heroes, as well as their mastery of technological power. Yet, we also need the collective responsibility of the Eastern heroes, their dedication to the country and the people, and their steadfast adherence to cultivation and morality. The true superhero of the future might be someone who can simultaneously wear Batman's mask representing reason and judgment and don the Wuxia Master's cloak representing righteousness and benevolence. They will no longer be a lonely atom or a dependent piece of duckweed. They will be a new cultural product, one who possesses divine power, yet remains steadfast in human morality, finding the perfect balance between power and responsibility.